Writing a fraction as a percentage. Sometimes you can be asked to identify key points in questions, convert it into a fraction, and then take this fraction and make it a percentage. So here's one quick example of this. It says in year 10 there are 180 boys out of 300 in year 10. What percentage of year 10s are boys? So first thing we need to do is we need to write a fraction for how many of the year 10 pupils are boys. Well, there is 300 pupils in year 10, which we're told here in the question, of which 180 of them are boys. So the fraction of the year group that are boys are 180 out of 300. Now you have to be careful reading these questions, because occasionally it might say you're given the information about boys here, but you might be asked to find out what percentage are girls. So if you're asked to find out what fraction of girls, well, there's 300 in this year group, of which 180 are boys. So what do we add to 180 to get to 300? Well, that's 120. So the fraction of girls is 120 out of 300. So this is the fraction for boys, and this is the fraction of girls. Now, to convert these into percentages, we need to firstly do whatever our numerator is, which is the 180, divided by 300, and then take that value and times it by 100. So, because percentages are out of 100, that's why we times it by 100. So, firstly, 180 divided by 300 is equal to 0.6. So we take this 0.6 and we times it by 100, which is equal to 60%. Now remember, percentages are out of 100, so if 60% of the year group are boys, then the remaining 40% must be girls. So when you've got questions like this, you need to first convert it into a fraction, and then do the numerator divided by denominator and then times by 100. You can also do this without actually dividing the 180 by 300, because remember that percentages mean out of 100. So we could convert our fraction 180 over 300 to a fraction out of 100. How do we get from 300 to 100? We can either take away 200 or we can divide by 3. And we're looking at dividing by 3. So we're going to divide the top and bottom by 3. And if you do 180 divided by 3, you get 60. So this refers to 60%. And likewise, if you did this with the girls, we'd have to make these into fractions out of 100. So to get from 300 to 100, we divide by 3. So we do 120 divided by 3, which is equal to 40, which refers to 40%.